My name is Victor Martinez. How's it going, guys? I have a son. He's gonna be 2 coming up here in November. I'm really fucking excited. And he just got done being sick this week for the second time this year already. Yeah, this little fucker, man. He was he was coughing and sneezing and shit, and we had to get him out of daycare for a while. But finally, we got him back in. It was great. I dropped him off, and he started crying. I felt sad, but then whenever I came to pick him up a couple hours later, he was crying again because he didn't want to leave. And I was real nervous because he doesn't look anything like me, you know. So I was like, you know, with this little white baby, like, I promise he's mine, all right, guys? A bunch of fucking room full of strangers. Like, he looks more like some European baby. He's got blonde hair and blue eyes. Nothing like his lesbian Mexican father. And he looks more like one of those royal kids. Speaking of royalty. The royal wedding was this morning at 4 a.m. Really cool, man. The first time I've seen a black princess since that one Disney movie, so that's pretty badass. It was really magical. And you know, some people were making a big deal about it, but honestly, these Brits, they've been inbreeding for like hundreds of years. I'm just happy he's not marrying his cousin. All right. What are we going from across the pond, right, Eric?
Yeah.
New York, their weed laws are getting better, but they're still doing that stop and frisk shit. And a statistic came out saying that if you were Hispanic, you were 5 times more likely to get stopped for marijuana in New York still. And if you're African American, it's 15 times more. I mean, guys, it's so bad in New York, they even, the NYPD even stopped the Statue of Liberty because she's a woman of color. Poor broad. Speaking of liberty and justice, let's see here. Michael Cohen, former New York a lawyer or whatever. He was the lawyer for Trump, right? He got fired, was it, Eric? And it came out recently that he was the one who paid Stormy Daniels himself, right? And this week, we learned that he was being paid off by a bunch of big companies himself. So it's like, you know, he's the one paying off the hookers, but he's the biggest hooker of them all, ironically. And what else with fucking from Cohen to his old boss Trump? Trump met with Bill Gates this week, and the one thing he kept asking him was, what was the difference between HIV and HPV? I was like, why are you asking a computer nerd that? Like, what the fuck? This guy, he knows more about, like, actual digital viruses, Trump. I don't know what you're trying to get out of him. He's fucking retarded. What else? Illinois voted to have students allow medical marijuana in schools, which is really badass. I'm really happy for those kids. They've already been doing that. So they're just not going to be hiding it now. You know, they already had weed the whole time. And it's going to be a fun new thing. You know, the first day of school, instead of you bringing your teacher an apple, you bring them an apple pipe. Ooh. Yeah. What else is going on? What was the name of that city, Eric?
Carpinteria.
Carpinteria, California, is having, they got weed going on down there, and they're really upset because of the smell of weed. Right, it's like upsetting some of the townsfolk, and I'm just saying, man, come to Los Angeles. It smells like fucking brake pads and piss out here. All right, I'd trade that any day. And let's close it off with Jeff Sessions, Public Enemy #1, an asshole of weed. Fucking, he was I guess it was the Congress voted against another one of his rules, and this is the second time that they've voted against Sessions, which is kind of like if that was his kid, and he was the father, he'd only get to see him on weekends now. And it's like he's got a fucking restraining order against weed. And I say good for him, man. Stay the fuck away, you little old bastard. Anyways, I think that's about it. What do you say, guys? Let's get this show started.